Hello, welcome to the channel Masters of the Universe Club, and this is a book club episode, and my name is Keith Fredrickson. My goal is to help you master your universe in bite-sized chunks. Every week I go chapter by chapter of a recommended book, and I discuss one small thing that inspired me and hopefully will inspire you to take action in your life. If you're listening to the audio version of this show, we are reading the book Holistic Dental Care by Nadine Artemis. Please buy the book through my affiliate link in the description. Please read along with me and master your universe in the process. If you want a more deep dive discussion, please consider joining my Patreon, which will also be linked in the description. And we are reading today from chapter 4, Mad Hatters, Mavericks, and Modern Dentistry. So I'm actually going to read the intro to this chapter, chapter 4. It's titled, A Visit to the Dentist in the Year 2022. As you lean back into the far infrared chair, an osteopath attunes your cranial alignment while you and the dentist go over your latest blood work, confirming that your recent dietary changes have resulted in your hormones and minerals reaching optimal levels. You are now ready to proceed to a brief laser cleaning. Thank goodness your appointment was not scheduled a decade earlier, when you would have found yourself listening to MOTUC, inhaling high ambient levels of mercury, and being exposed to radiation with routine x-rays. If a cavity was discovered, it would have been filled with silver amalgam mercury, and you would have been advised to brush with fluoride toothpaste after each meal, floss with a petroleum-coated wax floss, and rinse with a synthetic alcohol-based antiseptic mouthwash. The hygienist would explain brushing techniques again, and since your gum line is quickly receding, you would be scheduled for an appointment with the periodontist, who would graft skin from one part of your body to cover the deep pocket to cover the deep pocket of part of the gum line. Luckily, at your 2022 appointment, mercury fillings have been banned. First by Sweden in 2008, and then by the rest of the world. Not yet, as I'm reading this. Because more and more patients, dentists, and hygienists were diagnosed with mercury-induced disease and psychosis, much like the Mad Hatters of the 19th century, who were exposed to mercury toxicity when felting hats, which led to the ban of mercury in the hat-making industry. So they banned it once, but they still put it in our mouths, just a few inches from our brain. Centuries ago, dental experiences included bloodletting, tooth extraction to promote general health, and doses of arsenic administered for tooth pain that often killed the nerve and then killed the patient. Although these procedures sound dangerous and archaic to us today, in the future we may look back at today's practices of filling teeth with toxic heavy metals, treating root infection with root canals, and extracting teeth only to leave jaw cavitations in their wake, equally archaic. So she goes on, so it's just a sort of, she paints a picture of what modern dentistry could look like if some of the things that she espouses are taken up, along with all these other doctors who she goes through and lists, and who have written books. So one of the things is, I actually do obviously encourage you to buy the book, because you're not going to get all the information. I'm just reading these little excerpts to hopefully inspire you to get the book and then take control of your health, in this case your oral health. But she does list a bunch of forward-thinking dentists and who have written books, which I will put on my list to read, and we'll cover them eventually in this. This chapter 4, has a large section on the danger of heavy metal. I did not know, of heavy metals especially mercury. So mercury is used in silver amalgam mercury fillings, which many of us have, and I do. And she talks about how dangerous it is and how the mercury leaches from the fillings into our body, causes all sorts of health issues. I did not know that mercury is the most toxic substance on Earth after plutonium. So plutonium is number 1 and mercury is number 2. I don't know if that's substantiated, but that's what she writes. There's a big section on mercury and then other heavy metals. There's a case against root canals. And then there's a section where she lists questions to ask a prospective dentist and how to prepare for a dental appointment. There's some fascinating things in here that I think you should definitely know. And that's it for chapter 4. So once again, please buy the book through my affiliate link linked in the description. Please read along with me and master your universe in the process. If you want to hear a more deep dive discussion, please consider joining my Patreon, which will also be linked in the description. If there's a book that changed your life, please leave it in the comments and I'll put it on my list to read. And thank you for watching.